Welcome to the channel. This is Stockflix. This is the place where you're going to get all the information on the best stocks to invest in and at the best time. Now, I go out, do all the research and present it to you. All you need to do is kick back, relax and enjoy. Before we kick off this video, please do hit that subscribe button. We're a growing community. It will make my day. Now, as you know, over here, we are big Nio supporters. We are big Nio investors, but the real MVP of the day is XPENG. XPENG is a competitor to Nio, if you didn't know. They both operate in China. XPENG just operate at the lower to mid target market. Nio operate at the mid to upper range of consumers. Now, why is XPENG the MVP? This week is a big week for earnings announcements for Chinese electric vehicle manufacturers. On the 17th, Nio is releasing their results. On the 13th, which is tomorrow, Li Auto is releasing their results. Today, XPENG released their results. Now, without further ado, I want to jump into the computer and show you what's happened after XPENG has released its results. Let's go. So as you can see, this is the XPENG share price graph, and for the day, 28%. Oh, damn. That is phenomenal. That completely beat my expectation for what XPENG would produce today. Now, I knew it would pop today on good earnings because it had a very, very good month, October month deliveries, but 28% definitely beat my expectation. This company is flying right now. If you didn't invest in XPENG before today, I'm sorry, but there's going to be opportunities to invest. All you need to do is stay tuned on this channel. I'm going to let you know when the best time to invest in XPENG is and make some money. But for all those investors out there and for the people, including myself, who have XPENG stock and invest in XPENG, pat yourself on the back. Today is a day to celebrate. If you have Nio stock, today is also a day to celebrate, but more on that later. So the first thing to note here is that electric vehicle companies are gifted very, very, very handsomely when they perform well. So as you can see, a 28% rise on the day. This is pretty uncommon in a lot of industries. You might see a jump of 2%, 3%, 5%, sometimes 10%, maybe even sometimes 15%, but 28% on a day is pretty rare for a company to pop like that. But this is EV, this is a completely different ball game, and we love it. So now 28% brings us to $42 for the day. Previously it was trading around the 30s, the low 30s. Now we have some brokers such as JP Morgan who have said that their price target is $43. XPENG, as you can see, has pretty much hit that number already. Now it's got some room to grow for the rest of the year. I think that JP will come out and revise that estimate. Now we also have another broker, Bank of America. They are estimating $36. They are way off the mark. Not really sure what they were thinking there. $36 is pretty damn low, and I think they will also come out and revise their number. They would be very smart to. So very, very happy with XPENG's performance for the day. If we zoom out very quickly, now XPENG last had a jump around the 3rd of November, which is around here. This was off the back of a very solid deliveries number for October. And it pretty much traded pretty flat up until yesterday. So it's a different beast to Nio. Nio rises on no news, which is phenomenal. XPENG takes news to rise. That is what the analysis shows here. So let's now touch on how I'm investing in XPENG going forward, and if you think this is a good strategy, feel free to copy and follow. So as we know, XPENG had its explosion today. On the 3rd or 2nd of the month, XPENG released its October delivery numbers and it had another jump, albeit not as much as today, but it had a pop in its share price. Now between those two dates, as you can see, XPENG has these little drops, these 1 or 2% drops that you can catch and make some money. Nio, on the other hand, is a different beast. Nio rises almost every single day, and you rarely see a 2%, 5% drop in its share price. If anything, it would be neutral. So with Nio, you really have to be quick off the mark to catch those drops. You have to be alert, you have to be quick, and you have to invest as soon as you see them. I think you can be a bit more patient with XPENG. You can invest steadily, slowly. There's no need to rush with this stock. I think it's a completely different beast to Nio, and that's my strategy with XPENG going forward. So now I want to take a look at the Q3 earnings, because I think they're pretty interesting and they show some exciting stuff about XPENG. Also, they reveal some insights into Nio and the rest of the EV market. So we have revenue jumping about 340% year on year, 240% versus the last quarter. Vehicle sales, as we knew, jumped off, and we're looking at 370% year on year and 250% for the quarter. So some pretty big jumps. So XPENG is doing very, very well. People are buying their cars. People are believing the brand. People are becoming accustomed to using electric vehicles because it is the future. But this is the standout point for me in the earnings report. Gross margin of 4.6% for the third quarter of 2022. XPENG, a 3-year-old company, produced a gross margin of 4.6% compared to negative 10.1% for the same time last year and negative 2.7% for the second quarter. So XPENG are really taking command of their costs. They are becoming more profitable. So not only are they selling more cars, but they're managing their costs better. Their cash flow is getting better. And this is only going to improve their business going forward. This is fantastic news for XPENG, and this is why you are seeing a pop of 28%. I think it was even 30% the last time I just looked at it. These guys are making cash. So what does this mean for the future of XPENG, but also for Nio? Because there's some interesting similarities between the two companies, which should reveal some insights into how Nio is going to perform on the 17th when they release their earnings announcement. So both companies operate in China only, but they have plans to move to Europe next year. XPENG is a little bit further ahead than Nio. They've actually sent 100 cars to Norway. Both companies operate battery as a service, so they're both innovative and they both see that market and they're both trying to capture market share. Both companies operate in China, where China have said that by 2025, 25% of their vehicles should be EV. And these two companies are competing for that audience. That is a very large audience. And the interesting thing about both these companies, they don't overlap too much in the sense that XPENG is at a bit of a lower price point than Nio. XPENG is at the lower to mid tier of consumer. XPENG is at the mid to upper. Both are very interested in their self-driving capabilities of their cars. So there's some interesting similarities there. There's some interesting overlap in their business model. So it should be pretty interesting when Nio release their announcement on the 17th, because I think Nio is going to have a cracker of an announcement, and I'm very much looking forward to that. So I think that us investors have 4 to 5 days to put your money into Nio before it pops. And don't say I didn't tell you so. Where do I think XPENG is going from here? So my price prediction for XPENG for the end of the year is between $48 to $55. I think it'll be closer to the 48 to 52 mark. XPENG, unlike Nio, doesn't really rise off the back of no news. XPENG takes its time. It's a steady grower, and then when there's an announcement, it explodes. I don't think XPENG is going to come out with another announcement for the rest of the year, so I think that share price is pretty much locked in for the year. Next year, XPENG have got some interesting initiatives. They're looking to expand into Europe, which should be interesting. They should have a new vehicle coming out, and XPENG are going to capture more and more of that Chinese market share. So my price prediction for next year is in the low to mid 60s for XPENG. It's a very interesting time to be a shareholder of electric vehicle car companies. Our mission right now is to ensure that we grow our stakes in these companies, because these companies are going to make a lot of millionaires, and I want all of you guys to be one of them. Thank you very much for joining me today. It's been a pleasure. Please do hit that subscribe button. Once again, we are growing the family, and I look forward to seeing you on the next video. Take care now.